Okay, and I'm just going to look at my settings to make sure that it stays on me as far as I understand. Speaker. Okay. So as long as no one else speaks on the Zoom, we are good. It is going to stay on me, and I can see the live on Facebook. So hello, I see people are on Facebook jumping in. Fabulous. Look at this. 5, 4, I don't know, 3 years ago, who would have thought that I would be doing all these things? Hi, Joanna. And all right. Okay. If you want me to answer anything, whether you are on Facebook or on Zoom, just type it in the comments or the chat, wherever you happen to be. I can see both. And what I'm also going to do is have my notes here, so you won't see them, but I will, so that I can stay ideally somewhat on track. But who am I, right? Who am I to have notes prepared and ready to go? That is awesome. So just FYI, I can see comments on Zoom, but right now it's small, so I will be checking in on them. And I can definitely see comments on Facebook because I see Joanna. So what we are here for right now is the monthly new moon live. And it also encompasses the solar season that we'll be coming into. So right now on Monday, I'm recording this on July 15th of 2023. So on Monday, in 2 days, on the 17th, we will have the new moon in Cancer. And then a few days after that, we will head into the Leo solar season, which is all the people who are Leos will be having birthdays because the sun is in the sign of Leo for that season, for that approximate month or so. So that is what we're talking about. And I'm going to get a little bit more into this later on in the chat here, but typically most of the time, because obviously you'll see why not all the time in just a minute. Most of the time we have a new moon that is also at the start of that same solar season. So we have the Cancer new moon coming up, but we're actually we're wrapping up the Cancer solar season. The people that are Cancers have been having birthdays, over the last month or so. Normally they line up where the sun moves into a sign and then the moon joins it in that sign for the new moon. And usually they're kind of along the same track. But a couple months ago, back in March and April or so, we had 2 Aries new moons in a row, which shifted that dynamic. It shifted it off kilter a little bit. So just know that, we're not the only ones. We are representations of the universe, right? So sometimes we feel off kilter. The universe gets off kilter too, but then it gets back. It's a season. So no worries. We'll get more into that. And let's see. Just a little bit of housekeeping, and then I'll get right into what we're going to talk about. If you've been watching my stories at all, you may have seen that I was planning to stream this live onto YouTube as well. I've been kind of sharing my thought process with you in real time on stories the last week or so, and people had asked to have access to these classes outside of the Facebook group, because for whatever reason, like some that I spoke to at a gathering I was at are not on Facebook at all. Some don't want to go on Facebook or be part of groups, or it's easier. They prefer the Zoom or just to watch, not to have to navigate Facebook. And some people on Instagram fall into that where they're not on Facebook. So my original thought was doing what we're doing right now, having this through Zoom, where you can register for the Zoom link, and that way you can choose. And then there was all these events. I have about at least 3 events every month here in the group. And the way Zoom is, it won't let me set up a recurring event that is on different days. Like it has to be like every month or every week, like following a pattern, and that doesn't happen with the events. We follow the lunar cycle, so they're not always on the same day of the month. And so then I thought, well, I could do it on YouTube, because YouTube allows a live option. And from StreamYard, I could stream to both places, but I couldn't get Zoom in on the action. So because people had registered for Zoom, I honored that and I'm doing that. And I think, actually, I know there is a way to do all three. So you are actually experiencing what you hear me talk about a lot of times. You hear me talk about, go ahead, you have to experience the messy middle, working things out, figuring things out, trying them. That's what you're watching me do. I'm doing it publicly. So I'm in the messy middle, but as always, we are always taken care of, protected, supported. I got a perfect message to help me, to kind of get me through this hump. A friend of mine, Michelle, sent me a podcast that she thought I would like. It's a business podcast. So she's like, hey, you'll like this. It talks about like incorporating multiple things, something we had talked about. So she sent me the podcast a few days ago. And last night I was listening to it as I was doing stuff here Friday evening. And the message, I even wrote it down. I wrote because that was exactly what I needed to hear. And whether you need to hear this now, or you can insert it in your toolbox, have it handy, fall back on this when you are in the messy middle of whatever it is. These are like sayings, mindsets, mantras, if you will, to keep in mind as we navigate these messy middles. There's got to be a way to do this. Whatever it is you're trying to figure out what to do, there's got to be a way to do this. And I'm willing to try a bunch of things as I figure it out. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying a bunch of things. I'm navigating this experience. I'm finding ways to make it easier. But through that process is this messy middle of a little bit of awkwardness and messiness, just like it says. Messy middle. So that's where I'm at. And so just so you know, that mindset really helps. Like there's got to be a way to do this. If the concept, if the desire, if the idea has planted itself in my brain and I've come up with this solution, there's a way to do it. I don't in this moment know what that is yet, but I'm in the messy middle of figuring it out as I'm willing to try a bunch of things. So I have this, it is now living, taped, posted to my laptop. And before we get into the meat and potatoes of this, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, let me know if you're on the replay. Live, I see you guys, you can say live, you can say hi, anything at all. And before I dive in, I'm going to check. Okay, no chats over here. So we are golden. Okay. And I'm also going to turn up the fan. Gotta love remote controls. I have remote controls for so many things right around me. Turn it up one notch. There we go, because the lights are a little warm. All right. Messy middle, share the quotes from the podcast. See, I have these notes for myself and it's like keeping me more on track. And if you have been around, like Janice has been here a while, Joanna has, you guys that are witnessing, and also Joanne. There's two Joannes. There's one on Facebook and then there's Joanna on Facebook and Joanna over here on Zoom. So you all have seen me on some level, for a little bit of time. This is my evolution. Having notes handy and prepared ahead of time for the topic instead of going off the cuff. And there's nothing wrong with going off the cuff, but like I feel more centered, even though I'm in the messy middle, I feel more centered. I feel more prepared because I took the time to do that. So I don't have to worry about going off the cuff while I'm navigating this messy middle. Who am I? Oh my gosh, past version of me. Yes, is very proud of me right now. I am too. My current version is proud of me. So like I was talking about, the solar season is where the sun is, the zodiac sign that the sun is in, and it's in a sign for about a month at a time. Like I said, when the sun is in any particular zodiac sign, that's when those people are having their birthdays. The solar energy, the sun is masculine in energy. Masculine like getting things done, action taking, movement, that type of energy. And the sun, the solar energy, so the zodiac that the sun is in, supports goals, setting goals. Goals are solar. Goals are masculine in energy. Goals are like action taking. So, and they are measurable. So they are external things, and you can measure whether you've achieved or accomplished the goal or not. For example, if you want to save a certain amount of money in a designated amount of time, you can say, yes, I did it, or no, I didn't. It's measurable. It's definable. If you have a goal to walk or do some type of exercise, X number of days, you can say, yes, I did it. No, I didn't. So they are measurable and external. And now the moon is feminine in energy. It has to do with our internal selves, our emotions, our thoughts, our feelings, which is similar to emotions. So it is not necessarily visible. It's visible that we might be navigating some things emotionally or experiencing them, but it is dealing with the our internal self, if you will. The sun stays in a zodiac sign for about a month. The moon moves through all 12 zodiac signs every single month. So it is moving around us. The moon is going around us as the earth. We are going around the sun. So that time frame is also interesting to keep in mind. You can work with the longer time frame of the solar goals, set goals for the month, and build on each other, build on them. Or you can work with a smaller goal in a month and follow the lunar cycle on either scale, on either level. The moon is feminine. With the sun, you set goals, like I just said. With the moon, I like to set lunar intentions. And that's how you want to feel, is the way that I have discovered and learned through experience, setting intentions based on how you want to feel. And then you support the goals that you're setting with intention. So going with a very simple example, let's say you set a goal of walking or doing exercise or incorporating movement into your day, starting or upping it or whatever. That is the goal. You can measure whether you do that or not. The intention or an intention that can support that is, how do you want to feel as a result of doing these exercises or doing this movement? Is it healthier? Is it strong? Is it flexible? Is it fit? So set the intention based on the feeling, a feelings-based intention to support the solar goal. And that drives the actions that you can take. That drives how you show up. It keeps you going because you're focused on different results, on the feeling. So the more you focus on manifesting the feeling, it will keep you motivated. You will get insight on ideas. You will let go. After a while, you will start to let go of the attachment to the actual physical result, because you're focused on manifesting the feeling and becoming the person who has achieved those goals. And it's just this magical, if you will, combination that for me, I have found that is really what works. I love this combination. I don't focus so much on the results, and I achieve more results. I'm kind of tethered here, so I'm not going to attach, but I took a picture. I took a couple pictures right before this live because I'm wearing this, it's a dress. It's like a tank top dress. It has been in my closet for many years. And I have been focused over the last probably year and a half, at least maybe 2 or more, on the results I can achieve through my movement and exercise of getting stronger, of getting more flexible, of getting better at things. And subsequently, over the last month or so, more so, but even before that, but the last month or so, I've been noticing, guess what? My clothes is fitting better. My clothes is looser. I can wear the smaller size things by a little bit. And I got to where I feel Well, oh, what was I just saying? I was thinking about that. I'm able to successfully pull this dress off. And the thing is, it's not by anyone else's standards, it's by mine. Do I feel confident and comfortable enough in wearing this? Yes. Do I care if other people think it doesn't look right? No. I mean, I think it looks fine, but that's the point is it doesn't matter. I reach that by my standards, by focusing on becoming the person and feeling and stepping into that confidence. That confidence was boosted by achieving those little results of getting stronger, of being able to do a higher level of exercise, of sticking with it when in the past I wouldn't have. So all these little things are building blocks, and it's really the focus of becoming the person is key. I mean, that has been like a mindset realization for me that made such a huge difference. Okay, so I did talk a little bit about, so normally the sun, the solar season, and the lunar cycle are kind of in tandem, where the sun usually gets, well, the sun does get to a sign first, and then the moon joins it a couple of days later. And every time we have a new moon, the sun and the moon are in the same sign, which is why the moon is dark. It's not able to reflect that light from the sun. So they're right there next to each other or in the same place, and there's not reflecting. And so right now, or on Monday, they will both be in Cancer, but then a couple days later, the sun will move into Leo. So that's where like that off kilter comes a little bit. This happens, give or take, every couple of years, where it kind of goes off that framework, that standard, or the normal, if you will, framework. And I just wrote it down here. See, the sun is in Cancer until Monday. Seriously, who am I? Writing these things down. Past me knew I would have that question. Put it down. And then it moves into Leo. So if you start to feel a little off, come the time, like it might feel really good on Monday, right? Like, yes, these are the intentions. I feel good about it. And then come Leo season, a little bit later, it's actually later in the day. So the sun moves on that same day of the new moon on Monday, shifts zodiac signs. So in that moment, you might feel really good, or you might say, I'm clear, this makes sense, it's in alignment. And then by the end of Monday or into Tuesday, you're like, wait a minute, what the heck is going on? what the heck is going on? It's fine. You're just in line and in tune with the zodiac, because you are part of the universe. So you're, of course, connected to it. All right, so let's start with some traits, some energy, some things to work with the Cancer new moon. So the intention, because it's mainly the moon that we focus on, that with the work that I coach and teach on, but the sun obviously plays a part. So I'll start with the moon info, move into the sun info, and then show you how you can combine them, possibly for yourself. Then if you have questions, just feel free to post them or share them in the comment or chat, and we can go from there. Let's see. And again, if you are someone who's watching this on the replay, please feel free to include your questions in the comments, and I will come back around and respond to them, answer them, give you information, all good things. So Cancer is depicted by the crab. So it is a water sign. That is the element that is associated with Cancer. It is really definitely connected to our emotions, because water represents emotions. It can be very intuitive in nature, empathic, where you're kind of feeling other people's emotions as well. And it is a nurturing sign. It loves to nurture other people, like to care and support for them. Cancers are very nurturing. The work for Cancer is to remember to nurture yourself first, so that you can then be there to help and nurture other people in a healthy way. But they tend to put others nurturing first. So you may be aware of that or know someone like that, that might have some high Cancer tendencies in that way. Cancer is a great time for emotional writing. Like, and this applies to any level of person. For example, if you're a songwriter or an author or a poet, or you want to kind of tap into that type of feel, like connecting with someone, really emotional script, or if you are a business owner and writing content, right? Like content on your posts or on emails or anything along those lines. Cancer is a beautiful, amazing time to really tap into that connecting, emotional, persuasive, if you will, just connecting with whoever your audience is. Cancer is a great time to do that. Now, if you're not an artist in that way, although I think we all are on some level, even if it's not, we're not making it for public consumption. For journaling, this is a good time to allow yourself to connect with and allow yourself to feel the feelings that are coming up and process them out of your system, through your system. This might be something that feels very challenging for people, depending on your experiences, your nature, how your comfort level with emotions. So the tendency for some, or a lot, is to push them down or just kind of ignore them, push them off to the side, and not seeing them or addressing them, hoping that maybe they'll go away. They won't. You can push them down, but at some point they're gonna bubble up and bubble out. So this is a really good time to maybe give yourself a space, tap into, the energies that are around, and allow yourself to write out those feelings. No one has to see it. This is for you, for your benefit. Write them out, scribble them out on the page. If you're angry at something or about something or at someone, just scribble it out. If you're familiar with Gabby Bernstein, she calls this rage on a page. Just get it out onto the paper. You can throw it away, you can burn it, whatever you want, but get it out. And Cancer is a beautiful time to do that. And the thing about this, the working with the moon, even though the new moon is in a different sign every new moon, mostly, like I said, the moon travels through all 12 signs every single month. So every single month you can tap into, if you want to work with, really connect with that, you can follow the lunar cycle and really allow yourself to feel your feelings, write about your feelings, write some really great content when the moon is in Cancer. It also works for the other two water signs, but Cancer is one because of that nurturing and that connection, that level of connection to write things, create things. If you don't know how to write it, create things, even create art, create projects that are really nurturing and fulfilling and help tap into those emotions. Cancer is beautiful for that. So yeah, songwriters. I was trying to look up a song. It's not on my Manifesting Songs playlist, but it's a song that it's called Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison. Bret Michaels of Poison wrote that. And I was trying to find out if there was any documentation of what day, or like if he shared publicly in any way when the song was written, not when it was released, because when it was released has nothing to do with the day that he wrote it. He shared about the experiences that inspired the song, but that I was able to find, I wasn't able to find like a date that he wrote it, because I would have looked up that date to see if the moon was in Cancer, because see, those are the types of things that Cancer supports. So it's possible to write songs, beautiful songs and lyrics on other days as well, but it was just a curiosity thing for me. And I wasn't able to find it, not in the searching that I did. Okay, oops, I'm going too fast on my notes here. I'm skipping ahead, or I can't see what I'm looking for. So writing, connecting, creating, allowing yourself to feel the feelings and process them, especially if you're someone that it does not come naturally to. And so speaking to that, a lot of people who experience challenges like, oh, I don't feel my feelings, I intentionally push them down, I'm not good at feeling my feelings, I don't want to feel the challenging, hard feelings. There is a show that I watch. It's a very popular show. It's on hiatus right now, but it's coming back. If you guys are familiar with it, it's called Yellowstone. It's been popular for a bit. The one of the main characters, I don't know what season it was in, she said something like, I can't cry for myself. Like she was upset about something, but she can't cry for herself because she has, put up these barriers. She asked someone who is a musician in the show, she asked him to play her a sad song. And because she can cry for other people, but she needed to get that out. It was something that she was aware of, and all the things. But so if you can resonate with that, I can't cry for myself, I can't feel or don't want to feel my feelings. What if you listen to some music that helps you get those feelings out on paper, helps you feel the feelings and let the tears come if needed, or the frustration hitting a pillow or anything along those lines. So music, which you hear me talk about much more frequently now, because it's a key component. I don't play any instruments currently. I have learned how in the past, but I don't have any that I play. But I incorporate music pretty much in all areas of my life and have it a part of my day. Usually, because I sleep listening to music, to different music. So if you can't cry for yourself, like she said in that show, what about helping yourself process it with an aid like music? And the reason that I specifically also bring up music is because I am going to be adding, starting with this Cancer new moon, so it's going to be in there on Monday, I'm going to be adding playlists that connect or associate music with that particular zodiac. So with the Cancer new moon, I'm creating this weekend a Cancer new moon playlist, and it will be added to the Manifesting Me course that I have, Manifesting Me with the Moon. Some of you here have it, and if you don't, I have the link I'm going to put up in just a little bit. And it's a DIY course. There's no like live component like this to it. It walks you through all 12 signs, the new moons, through all 12 signs of the zodiac, associations, intentions that it supports. Also, it provides a worksheet for every single new moon on associations like the chakras, the essential oils, the planet, the archangel, the goddess, and I think there might be something else, but with each one, so you can tailor what you're going to incorporate. I call it Mad Libs. So if you guys are of the age to remember Mad Libs like I am, where you fill in the blank and make it your own, that's what the worksheet is set up with, all the information available to you. So starting with this one, I'm going to be adding a playlist for every single zodiac sign. And I had this thought in my brain last night as I was going to bed, because I knew I jotted that down. I'm going to put this into the course, add it as I go to each zodiac sign. I had this thought of this course being just like this killer moon resource, like setting intentions, associations, tools to help you. And once you get it, you will have access to it as long as it is able to live online. Right. And for those of you who have it already, this will be added to your platform, it's on Teachable. So you'll get everything new that is added automatically. And I'm going to take a second here, because look at me again, I have the freaking link handy right here. Now on Zoom, I will put it in the chat. You finished driving. See, I just opened this up. You finished driving. Yay, Janice. I'm going to put it in the chat on Zoom, and then I have to do it separately for Facebook. So if you want to check it out, it is something that, is available all the time. It doesn't go away. So you can check it out. I will be adding, once I get a significant amount of the playlist in there, the price will go up, as I increase this resources, but there's no, I'm not creating any false urgency right now. I don't even know when that will be. I'm just saying it will be as more resources get added to it. So let me type that out. Get the moon, Manifesting Me. See, I stopped talking and I still can't type. the moon course here. And if you come across this or hear me talk about it in the future or have questions about it and can't find it, just message me or send me an email and you will be able to, I will get you the information. Like I said, it's DIY, you jump in whenever you want. And now let me do this for Facebook. Let me do this for Facebook so you guys can access it live or on replay if you so choose. Okay, let's see. Messy middle, just navigating the messy middle, trying all the things. Moon course here. Okay, I think I've navigated everything. If something doesn't show up, feel free to let me know. So that's going to be added. I did just want to pop that in here because the new moon is on Monday. So you could check this out. The playlist will be added. I'm the way my weekend looks, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. So it will be in there for the new moon on Monday. And I just have to make it public, put the link, publish it, all the things. And so that will be, and I will be adding to each zodiac sign as we go. So that's the moon information. Before I move on into the sun in Leo, is there anything that you guys have a question about? If not, that's okay. I will keep on going. Keep on trucking. I wonder if I can pin this in the group. I did. I can pin the comment. So it's at least at the top. Sweet. I can't do that on Zoom, but then it goes away when Zoom closes anyway. Okay. Awesome. So the sun in Leo, Monday, later on, shortly after the new moon, the moon hits the new moon phase. Leo is a fire sign. It is actually the second of the fire signs. Aries, which I am an Aries, is the first fire sign. Leo is the second fire sign. Leo is very playful. It is confident. It is generous. It can be a leader. These are the types of energies associated with Leo. So for setting goals, like we talked about, where you set goals, solar goals, if you want to tap into goals or maybe work on goals that are supported by Leo, set goals that feel ambitious to you, like that just feel not ones that you know that you can, if you stick to it and all that, you're fully capable and feel confident that you can reach them. It's important to have those goals too, because it gives us the feeling of winning. But with Leo, set some goals that feel ambitious, a bit or a lot of a stretch. And you can have 3 layers. I learned somewhere along the way, setting goals in layers. Like there's like the coffee date goal, like, yeah, I reached my goal. I'm going to take myself out to a coffee. There is a like champagne level of it. I'm going to treat myself to some champagne, cheers a little bit. And then there's like, I'm going all out and buying something fabulous or taking myself on a trip or something like I have really surpassed and reached this goal. 3 layers or 3 levels of a goal, have them. Because even if by having the one you can reach, it still gives you that feeling of winning. You can check off that measurable goal. So have different tiers. That's the word I'm looking for. So set goals that feel ambitious. You might set a goal to have more fun. Yes, that's measurable because you can look back and say, did I do fun things this lunar cycle? Have I planned some fun things for myself this year, this summer, the rest of the year? Maybe allowing yourself to be seen or expressing yourself. And that doesn't have to be publicly. Maybe allowing or setting a goal to be seen at work. Like, so you can maybe get a promotion. So being seen by the right people, acknowledging and being aware of your contributions, expressing yourself. That could be speaking up in meetings or speaking up when to stand up for yourself, or in any situation that you are aware that you have not spoken up in before, but wish that you had, or would have liked to, want to, but don't have that confidence, set that type of goal for yourself. That is definitely supported by Leo. So for example, a goal, like one of those ambitious goals that I have, is to do more public speaking. And now I have done speaking at conferences, like virtual conferences, and doing presentations. And so my goal, my ambitious goal, is to do it at schools or things along those, like, I think speaking is applicable at like younger schools, like getting kids, being aware of these things, like, going for your dreams, becoming the person. I could tailor it to different levels, but like high schools and colleges are really the focus. I have taken some steps recently, getting some resources to help me learn how to do that, how to go about putting myself out there and getting more formal speaking engagements. Because if you haven't noticed, I have the gift of gab, no question about it. So it's a superpower. So I want to use it in a positive way, a helpful, beneficial way. So that is like an ambitious goal that I have. It is very Leo, being seen like in the spotlight, so to speak. For those of you that are familiar with the big three for your birth chart, and if you're not, hang out here. We're going to have classes about the big three, the zodiac, all the things as part of the monthly classes that we have here. So my big three, I am an Aries sun sign, I am a Leo rising, and I am a Gemini moon. There is fire and air and communication and visibility all over the place in those three energies. So being seen, speaking, communicating is in my wheelhouse, based on my birth chart. And so that is very leaning into, what my strengths are. Like I said, my tendency to speak loud and laugh loud is evident anytime you see me on a live or on a story. Now, the part to keep in mind is the why, because I'm not out there just to be seen for the sake of being seen. That is not my driving force. Now, other people observing me might get that impression because I've been in drama club in school. I was a cheerleader. I do these speaking and coaching and, doing lives and things like that. So someone observing might say, oh, it's just about being seen and getting attention. That happens to go along with it. But my why, my reason that's not my driving force. My driving force is to help people, to educate people, to coach, inspire, motivate, help people go from creating their vision board to living their vision board. So yes, it might result in being seen in public and all that, but that's not the driving force. So always check in with yourself as to what your why is. And if you want to be seen, because you, like I say, rock star dreams, right? I talk about rock star dreams and rock star mindset. If you want to be a rock star, be a damn rock star, right? It's okay to want that, but as long as it's not the main force. Like rock stars want to make their music. Yeah, they want the fame and the glory, of course, but they also want to make their music. You can see that in the ones that are in it for the long term, for the long haul, that keep doing it, even if they're not selling out arenas. They're doing it because they still want to be out there performing their music. And are there the ones that are in it just for the flash in the pan and just for the fame and the glory? That's their driving force. Are they the ones that last long though? No. So it's absolutely okay, especially with this Leo season. If you find yourself saying, I kind of want to do this. I kind of want to be visible in this way. I kind of want to go after this. Go ahead. It's absolutely fabulous that you do. And if I can help motivate you and inspire you in any way, cool. If not, there's other people, there's the right fit for you who will inspire and motivate you. But just know that it is okay to have that. We are egotistical beings, right? We have an ego. We have an ego, and that's not a bad thing. If we are aware of our why, if we are aware of the driving force and know that that's not, it's not on the less desirable traits, not for those reasons, then it's absolutely okay. So want the cars, want the houses, want the things, but what is the feeling you're going after it with, after that for? What is the feeling? And there can be more than one. You might want a big fancy house and, nice cars. You might want to be a little showy to people. That's absolutely okay. But is that the main feeling? Or is the main feeling stability, security, providing for yourself and your family, reaching goals that support this lifestyle? See, there is nothing wrong with wanting and having the things. Just know your why. Know your why. That's all. And you heard me say this before, but I just popped into my brain, so I'll share it again. Your why also does not have to be huge. It does not have to be earth-shattering, and it does not have to be, what is the word? It'll come to me like it always does. But I worked with a coach once who, after she had her children, she wanted to get back to her previous pre-pregnancy weight and size. And it wasn't because, she felt bad about herself at the size that she was. The reason was because prior to getting pregnant, she had invested and gotten a really killer wardrobe for the job that she, for coaching and for the presentations. She'd invested and gotten some really killer wardrobe, and she wanted to fit back in those clothes because she liked the way they feel. She spent good money on it, and that was her driving force. So it wasn't because she didn't feel good about herself. She's like, I want to get back into those clothes because they're killer clothes. Absolutely, absolutely perfect. So let's get on to wrapping this up. So with the solar and lunar working together, you set lunar intentions that support your solar goals. You set the intentions that help you become and show up as the person who has the goals. So goals are important. You can ask yourself, what does a person, for myself, just so I don't come up with a random one, what does a person who is a speaker and has regular speaking engagements, how does that person feel? Confident, knowledgeable to speak about the things, and confident to portray and communicate that out. So intentions that support that goal are feeling confident, feeling knowledgeable, and supporting and taking actions that support those feelings. I can manifest those feelings, which will more easily give me ideas of the action steps to take, give me ideas that move me closer to that without feeling bad that I'm not there yet. Because what am I doing right now? Am I on a stage? I'm not on a physical stage, but I'm on a virtual stage. I'm speaking to you guys. I speak and share on many different platforms in many different ways. That is me honing my craft, if you will. That is me practicing. If you go back, and they're there, I have at least a couple, maybe a couple hundred videos on Facebook. If you go back and compare the ones from before to now, like, look, I have notes, which I didn't before. I would get flustered more before when something didn't go right. And through practice and knowing that I can't control all of the things that are going wrong, I can only control the way I think about it, and I can only control, what I can do, the actions I can take. They're much more different. My very first video that I did about a vision board talk, it wasn't a workshop, but it was talking about vision boards. The light was crappy. The camera that I wanted to use on my computer didn't work. I had to use one from a tablet. And you know what? I did it anyway. And that was the start. That was the start that has gotten me to here. And this will continue to get me to other things. So set lunar intentions that support your solar goals. Ask yourself, how does the person who has accomplished this feel? And lastly, tying the fire and water energies together, the water of Cancer and the fire of Leo. Think about those elements. They can work or interact with each other I'm just looking down. Joanna, you're a Leo. I get so zoned in. You're a Leo. I'm a Leo rising. Hello, fellow Leo. How do fire and water interact with each other? Well, you can use you can use fire to heat and warm water, like for tea and coffee and things like that, that feel good and that are comforting. There is fire on some level, heating water for like bath water and shower water and all the things, right? Making you have a comfortable or a nice hot shower if you desire. It also boils over. It also boils water, right? So it boils it and explodes it, if you will, if it's too high for too long. Alternately, water can simmer down a fire. Water is the thing that puts out wildfires. That's top of mind because I live in California and we have fire season pretty much every year. So water can help tone down fire. It can also, you can then use that heated water by fire in positive ways. So there are all these different ways that these elements can interact. So just keep that in mind. How can the water energy of Cancer support your solar goals of Leo? And if you guys have any questions, that's it. I've reached the end of my notes. I still have my notes. And I prepared them ahead of time. I'm going to put that on my weekly wins, my weekly wins of having my notes prepared. And I was so proud of myself. I even did a story about it right before or a little bit before this live. So celebrate your wins as well. Every now and then in the group, you will see a weekly wins or a Wednesday wins. I love alliteration. Post. So share them. Doesn't matter how big or small. And okay, so now if you guys have any questions, I'm going to maximize my screen so I can see everything and take a breath. See, I very clearly have the gift of gab. That's one of those things too that I would get in trouble for in school, right? Oh, that was always on my report card. She talks too much. She talks too much. But was I getting bad grades? No, I was just talking. I talked to my grades were good. So, all right, my friends, I know there's a little bit of a delay. So I don't see any, and I also just don't want to, I'm gonna take a bite of my string cheese that I started before the live. Okay, then the last thing I will leave you with is if you are interested in fine-tuning this a bit more, learning how to set intentions with the lunar cycle, working with the seasons, I have a mentorship, the Manifesting Me Mentorship, which I walk you through and teach you you commit to it 3 months at a time. And it is working with the elements, with the seasons, with the lunar cycle on a monthly and yearly scale. And there was something else I was thinking of as I was talking about that. It'll come back to me, I guess, as well. I also, if you want to check it out, have a link for that. Where's my dates? Dates don't stick in my head anymore like they used to, because I have lots of dates to navigate. So today's the 22nd. The first call, the group call, is scheduled for the 31st. So you will see information about that here in the group if you're in there, if not on my email as well. So I'm going to put the link, a couple of different links for you guys. And so that I don't go past the hour, I'm going to put them, yes, I have them open, but I have to find the right tab. Here is the link to check out the mentorship. And it is, like I said, 3 months at a time. I'm just getting this off the ground. So it is also going to be a work in progress. Okay. Well, I had the first link. I'm going to give myself credit for that one. I think I actually just overlooked it. Zoom link mentorship. Giving myself a check mark for the first one. the Manifesting Me. And that's what I was going to talk about. See, it comes back in. Through the mentorship, I walk you through my process, my magic manifesting process. Magic is an acronym. I shared this in the group that I'm in, where I'm the I do mastermind coaching for the Sisters Enchanted. And one of the things I shared, because I hosted a call last week, I think it was magic as it comes to us. We are magic beings. And I got the I wrong when I shared that, but not wrong. It's just different. Magic, as it comes to we are magic, stands for me, authentic, genuine, independent was one that I did not share that on that group. Independent and confident. Those are the 5 pillars, right, of being me, manifesting me. Now, magic, when it comes to the magic manifesting method, stands for the moon, abundance, gratitude, intention, and clarity. And those are the 5 pillars that you manifest with, that you step into, that you incorporate into your day-to-day life as you manifest you, who is a magical being. The words don't flow together yet because the English language doesn't, it's still, fine-tuning it, but the core is there for my magic acronyms. Mentorship, and I definitely have, like, on my list of things is to start a team so that I can have people help me with this. Is that the right one? Yes, but I have to start somewhere. We all have to start somewhere. La, la, la. Okay. Now get back to Zoom. Zoom. There we go. Okay. As you can see, manifesting me is a core concept. It's a manifesting me with the moon, manifesting me mentorship, because that is my main focus, helping you become the person who has the things that you like, that you desire. Okay. That, and then I will share it in Facebook and we will be done. We will be done. And we made it through. I won't be able to pin both of them, but you can message me if you need to find it again. All right, so that is it, my friends. Have a fabulous new moon on Monday. If you don't get to your intentions right away, know that the moon is in the new moon phase for a few days, so you have a period of time to work with. Start maybe thinking about the feelings-based intentions that you will be setting to support whatever solar goals. And if you aren't at that level and you just want to focus on how you want to feel, that's absolutely fabulous. You don't have to tie it to goals. There is no right or wrong, and different times, different things for different people. And that is it, my friends. We made it through. Thank you guys so much for being here. And for those of you that are watching on the replay in the group or on YouTube, thank you so much. For those that registered for the Zoom link, but did not, weren't able to join live, then it will be on YouTube that you can go watch the replay. So thank you guys. I appreciate you indulging my messy middle, and I will keep showing up through all the stages and help you guys do the same. So take care, guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, hold on. I have to exit Facebook first. See, cancel. Stop live. Okay, stop live recording on Facebook. Bye, Facebook.